Okay guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. Okay, so we are looking for a pre-market position on the FTSE 100 on the European Open. I'm just waiting to take my position. What we've seen here is a significant rally in the last kind of hour. Then what we've seen is a considerable consolidation period, and you'd normally expect it to then pull back. Okay, it hasn't. The breakout this time has been to the bullish side. Typically it doesn't. Typically it would actually perform a bearish move. So I'm waiting to take my entry. You can see that rejection there, look. That rejection to the resistance level. That's why I just went in. That's exactly what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that nice rejection to the resistance level. You can see it. It's a significant rejection. So guys, what we see is historically in pre-market is when you have these massive moves, which this is a significantly large move. In pre-market, especially in the FTSE 100 and European Open, there has to be some kind of pullback. It can't continue just to keep going up, right? So I've been watching this. I was waiting for it to pull back. It didn't show any signs of pulling back. That's the first significant rejection to the resistance level. Now the key thing here as well is the timing, because the market opens in literally 32 minutes. Okay, so at this point, half an hour before market open, it's already performed such bullish moves. Now it has to pull back. It has to take back some of those points that it's already gained. Okay, so this is a perfect time to take this short position. You can see now that it's starting to pull back. It's a perfect time to take this short position because just before the market opens, this has to pull back and take back some of the points that it's already gained. I can't just continue to take, okay? It has to give something back. And before market open, we're going to see, I would say, a significant pullback. So I'm expecting a very, very good pullback somewhere down to at least this area here, if not down to 7515. I think 7515 might be a little bit of a push, but maybe just above it, we're looking for that pullback. Again, you know, if you look at my older YouTube videos on the FTSE 100 pre-market and the European Open, you'll see it's the exact same setup. I'm basically saying the same things, okay? And this is why it's worthwhile, guys, getting up that little bit earlier to place a trade pre-market FTSE 100 on the European Open. So you can see, again, the other thing about this as well is, I always say the greater the space, the greater the opportunity, because we're playing the reversal. The greater the space, the greater the leverage. And also the greater the space when we're intraday trading, we can hold it for a little bit longer, okay? Because look at the leverage that we have here, okay? Huge amount of space created, huge leverage. So we can hold the trade for longer. So we'll come back to this in a while. Right, okay, so we're seeing the pullback happening now, as I said it would. I actually think that it's going to pull back a little bit further than what I thought. I think it's going to pull back to this area here, 7515. I'm looking to take profit on 7515. I think it'll go back to that area. I've actually informed the team, so literally just over half an hour ago, looking for a short in pre-market. So let's see if any of the other guys have gotten up early to take advantage of it. It might even surpass 7515 because it's starting to sell off with good momentum now. Okay, so price action is fast, as I said. Okay, good. I expect this to surpass 7515. I'm going to hold a little bit longer. You know, these are wonderful opportunities, guys. It's worthwhile getting up. It is worthwhile getting up that half an hour earlier or hour earlier, whatever. So a little bit of a pullback there. I mean, worst case scenario for me now is that it recovers back to where it was, and in which case I'll take very small profit or very small loss. So it's worthwhile me holding longer to try and get a little bit of a better return. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, the worst thing that's going to happen for me here, the worst result is going to be a very small loss. So if it goes back up to this area, i.e. my entry point, I will just liquidate. Fair enough. I think it was sitting at just over €200, but I mean, it's worthwhile for me waiting to see if it could sell off even further. I mean, it would be a different story if it was €500 or €600, right? Well, then in which case I would have taken profit on that. But for the sake of 200, I would rather wait and see, because the price action was fast. Okay, it was really starting to sell off really quickly. You could see the momentum, and that's why I held. Because initially, my initial plan was to liquidate at 7515, and it was moving so quickly towards that area. That's the reason that I held. Now it's going back to that point again. Let's just see if I mean, the market opens now in 12 minutes, so I would expect it to. It's either, listen, one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to go back to the area that it was, i.e. my entry point, in which case I'll liquidate, net zero probably, or it's going to sell off quickly in the next 12 minutes. It's going to do one of those two things, right? So I've just seen that one of the guys has taken that short look. So Dom 1, well done. My seal of approval. So he was up early enough to take my signal, and he's managed to get a nice green. Hopefully this will perform a nice little pullback, and it depends. I mean, it's difficult to say. As I said, one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to surpass 7515 and pull back significantly, or it'll go back to my entry point. In which point, I'll just take the net zero. So but it's certainly worthwhile, getting up early, guys. It's certainly worthwhile getting up early and taking these pre-market opportunities, whether it's on the FTSE 100 European Open, Dow Jones and the US Open. Okay, look, here we go. Okay, so not bad, right? Dom, £125. He's probably still sitting in his jammies. Well done, Dom. So 10 minutes to market open. So let's I'm gonna hold this. For me it's worthwhile. It's worthwhile seeing if it'll pull back even further. I mean, the €200, it is what it is. I would rather wait. In this particular scenario, I'd rather wait. Marco Enzo, he's taken it as well. Well done, Marco. Well done. Green short, pre-market, good. So two of my guys have taken the trade. Oof, good. $198. Well done, very good. Okay, I think I'll just take this 200 odd euro. It seems to be consolidating again, doesn't it? So now, because it's performed quite a bearish move and it started to consolidate, what it now means is the likelihood of a breakout will be to the bullish side. So I'm actually just going to take this. Let's just take profit. So €277. Okay, so €262. Pre-market, I mean, we've not even traded the open yet. The open is happening in 8 minutes, and we've already taken over €200. Two of my guys, one has made £125, the other $198, and we've not even traded the open yet. Okay, so next we move to the open. Okay, here we go. So the FTSE 100 on the European Open. Okay, guys, once we finish scalp trading the open, I'll be looking for short positions, intraday, morning session, FTSE 100 on the European Open. But what I will be waiting for it to do will be to go back and retest the previous high. So retest the previous resistance. And resistance was reached literally an hour and 15 minutes ago. Okay, so that is the area that I'll be looking for it to go back to retest, and then I'll look to go short. I wouldn't go short where the price is currently sitting at because it's mid-range. It's mid-range right there, and we don't know which way it's going to go. So I've got to wait for it to go back and retest previous resistance, previous high, then look to go short. And if it doesn't do that, I simply won't take the trade. Remember, guys, we wait for the correct setup in this community. We do not force a trade. Okay, here we go. Well done to those of you who took those pre-market positions. Well done, very good. Okay, here we go. There's the open. Beautiful. Look at the size of this candle straight away. Beautiful. Okay, hopefully this goes back to retest the previous high as I was just discussing. Yeah, and it has. Okay. Okay, so ideally the second candle drops off, makes a higher high, or thereabouts. Then I'm going to look to go short in the second candle. That's the plan at the moment. Come on. Okay, come on. Just waiting for it to push up to retest that previous high. You know, if it does go back to retest the previous high on this candle, I'm actually going to go short on this candle, because once it pushes up to that price range, it will have made a considerable amount of space from the opening price, giving us that leverage, giving us that opportunity. Come on. I mean, it's setting itself up here for a great open, isn't it? Okay, that's lovely. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, nice little pullback. Okay, nice rejection to the resistance level, but it's trying to retest the previous high. It's getting rejected. So we're seeing nice rejections now to resistance level. Not a bad amount of space created on this open, giving us that leverage. It's not too bad. Just waiting for this little pullback here. It's not a bad open at all, this one. It's better than what we've seen recently. Remember, guys, this is what we're looking for. The first candle to be a significantly large candle, pushing away from that opening price to create that space, to create that leverage. Okay, pulling back nicely, but it is trying to retest the previous high. And remember, guys, if you are short and it surpasses the previous high, i.e. it breaks through that previous resistance level, you got to consider taking that loss. And this is pulling back nicely here. It's very slow pulling back, isn't it? I'll tell you what, if this pulls back a little bit further, it's going to create a nice inverted V, but it looks like it's going back to retest. Yeah. I mean, I am in a trade. I feel as though I've been holding this trade forever. But remember, guys, if it makes a higher high against your position, you've got to take the loss real quick. Make the losses small in relation to your position size, your capital. Beautiful. Okay, I held that for an absolutely eternity. Well done, guys. Very, very good. That was a good open. Okay, let's see how the chat room's getting on. Okay, so good. We got some pre-market there as well. So we've got a number of greens there. Very, very good. Two small shorts. Vinny, well done. Another one. Sweet short. It was a good open, guys. It was a pretty good open, that one. It's better than what we've seen recently. The first candle, this is what I'm saying to you. This is why the first candle is so important. Pushing away from that opening price to create that space, to create that leverage, to create that opportunity. That was a good open, okay? So, going back, what I will be looking for now is I'll wait for it to go back and retest the previous high, which was literally 4 minutes ago. And then I'll look to go short, intraday, morning session, FTSE 100. So that was a good open. Okay, we've done well there this morning. Okay, guys, have a fantastic morning.